Hi everyone. I'm being more and more compelled to talk about anxiety. In the UK, we've got around 60% of our population suffering with anxiety. A lot of very young people struggling to make their way in the world. And I've really been sitting with why is this happening? And I've started talking about anxiety as being like the byproduct of this struggle, an inner struggle of people trying to be themselves in the world. And for many people, this is an unconscious process. They don't know that they are struggling to be themselves in the world. What they experience is criticism within their own heads, speaking to themselves in a harsh way, lots of words like should and shouldn't. And they're also very sensitive souls who have grown up to believe that it's not okay to be that. So with my work as a psychotherapist and as an energy healer, what I'm seeing here is this is part of human evolution. Human beings are becoming more and more sensitive, or perhaps we were always that way, but it's perhaps gradually becoming slightly okay to be more sensitive and show feelings. But the younger generation and people from all generations actually don't know what to do with it, because we've been led to believe that feeling is somehow weaker than thinking. And yet, let's just sit with that for a moment. Do we actually know everything? Are we capable of learning everything in our lifetime? Can we actually hold that much knowledge in our heads? No. But what we can learn is that we all function in a different way, and sometimes our intuitive selves, that part that senses beyond thought, does know. And when we've got a person who's being told one thing, you've got to follow your thoughts, your thoughts are what you are, and then this other silent voice of wisdom and knowing going, yeah, but you're not hearing me. I feel all of this. I'm being drawn to this. Then this creates inner conflict. It comes out through the body as anxiety. And so my work as a therapist and as an energy healer is helping people recognize what is happening within their bodies and start to align by learning to listen to themselves. And this is why I've just announced a course that I'm doing online, which is called Living with Clarity. Because when we've got these two ways of functioning going on and we don't know which to listen to, or we're trying to follow our thoughts, we get anxious. And then we lose our clarity. We don't know what we want to do in our lives. And instead, what can happen if we practice is we can learn to listen to this part of ourselves. We can learn to trust this part of ourselves. And that deep sense of knowing holds within it so many qualities. It's where creativity comes from. And for anyone who's listening to this who is creative, then you will know that creativity is about a flowing energy of infinite possibility. There's no boundary, there's no fear. And when we get to that place, it's a bridge, it's a midpoint between the physical constraints and the fears and the spiritual experience of expansion and connectedness with all things. And for you sensitive souls that are listening to this video, see what it feels like when I say the thought-based, restrictive way of being and the spiritual or creative, expansive state of being. Just notice how that feels within you. Sensitive souls, sensitive people feel these things. And this is my message that I'm carrying, that I'm sharing, is to say, recognize these are your gifts, recognize this is your strength, and also recognize this is your gateway to clarity and your gateway to feeling that you have purpose and meaning in your life.